Star-studded yet again. Big one tonight right here in New York City when the Celtics look to even their series against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla is not playing the victim card. His team is unfazed by the challenge at hand.
We're on the path of trying to go after greatness, and you don't get to dictate the test that's in front of you. All you get to dictate is how you approach it and how you respond to it. So if you plan on doing this for a long time, trust me, it'll be a lot worse than those last 72 hours, and that's the perspective you have to have. So at the end of the day, we got a test in front of us, and I got a group of guys that I wouldn't want anyone else to be able to go through that. So this is the fun part. You don't get into the journey for it to be easy. So it's been dark, but in a good way.
Dark? How dark? Like, what's that mean?
I mean, like, you just got to tap into your darkness, and that's it. Like, so we got to do it. That's it.
Tap into your darkness.
I love that.
Yeah? Your reaction to what Joe Mazzulla just said?
Look, I got a chance to go to that game and sit right next to their bench, and I heard so many huddles about how he was trying to get them to play outside of themselves, right? And, of course, you have a 20-point lead against the Knicks. I mean, there were fans that were yelling to them, "We got you right where we want you. Down 20, we got you right where you want," right? And everybody felt that. I think Joe Mazzulla is the head coach that stands on that principle. But in order for us to get to the next level, like, we have to find a different side of ourselves. And I think that's what he's talking about, tapping into darkness. Talk to Kobe or talk to Michael Jordan. Talk to any player that's been able to go to a different level. Whatever you need to tap into that, that's what Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown need to find. Now, Peyton Pritchard found it, but Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum did not have good games, by the way, guys. I mean, 20 points on 18 shots, actually a point per shot, okay? So you're still waiting for them to come out of their cocoon. And Joe Mazzulla knows that as well. And I think that whole post-game press conference was about letting them know they need to tap into a different side of themselves to be the team that is willing to fight and claw and get into a street fight with you in order to have a chance to win.
I mean, I was in the Celtics locker room after the game. I didn't see any darkness. I think they were in a really good mental place, to be honest with you. I think Joe Mazzulla...
Darkness doesn't mean bad mental place, though. You know what I mean?
I think Joe Mazzulla tactically has had a huge influence on the Celtics. The way he wants to play tactically is how they play every night. It's what led them to a championship. Joe Mazzulla philosophically, I don't know. He's kind of out there. I think some players may listen to it, some players may not. Tactically, the Celtics played their tactical game in Game 3, and it worked. And by the way, his strategy, which was questioned about fouling the heck out of Mitchell Robinson, that's a good tactic, too. That is working for them. The tactics of sticking with their philosophy, helped them bounce back in Game 3. So I'm listening more to Joe Mazzulla's tactics. I've been to dozens and dozens of his press conferences over the last couple of years and listened to him say these things. I'm sure his players have heard about it. I think they've been more moved, and they've proven the tactics matter more than this sort of philosophical stuff.
I believe tonight's Game 4 winner wins the series. Period. What happened in Game 3 is exactly what I feared. Al Horford, old man Horford, 0 of 8 from wide open threes in Games 1 and 2. Hits 3 or 4 threes. Peyton Pritchard, my choice and the choice for Sixth Man of the Year, comes off the bench, hits 5 threes, finishes with 23 points. Jason Tatum, he shot 40% from the field. He only scored 22 points. He hit 5 of his 9 threes. And this is the kind of stuff that I kept bringing up going into Game 3, which Wendy will attest to. Everybody was talking about all of this other stuff, and I'm saying, they shot 100 threes in the first 2 games. Missed an NBA record 75 threes in those first 2 games. 48 of those threes were considered wide open threes. For folks out there who don't know, a wide open three in the NBA is 6 feet and beyond. Nobody's within 6 feet of you, okay? That's considered a wide open three-pointer. And the Boston Celtics in Games 1 and 2 had 48 of them. This is a 41% shooting team from three-point range during the regular season. That wasn't going to last. So it's exactly what I feared. And sure enough, they started draining their bad boys. That was a blowout Saturday. That wasn't a close game. That was a blowout. And so now, how I'm looking at it, Carl Anthony Towns, I don't know what the hell is on with his hands. Something kept breaking. Make sure the world, he was grabbing it about 10 times during the game, okay? Yes, we know your hand is hurt, damn it, all right? We got it, okay? We understand, all right? Okay, Jalen Brunson, wasn't great, okay? He's got to step up. Mikal Bridges, Mr. 5 first-round picks. That's what we know you as now. That's what we know you as now. Made key defensive stops in both games 1 and 2. We're very pleased with that. Went scoreless for the first 3 quarters for game 2, and then came on strong with 14 points. We got that. All right, but once again, struggling offensively. Mr. 5 first-round picks. That's what we're going to know you as, because when we see Giannis out there potentially available, and we think about the assets that the New York Knicks have, and what they gave up to pair Jalen Brunson with his boy. And by the way, Jalen Brunson deserved that because you sacrificed about $100 million because you could have waited a year before re-upping with the New York Knicks, and you didn't do it, so it saved them about $100 million. We got it. But in the end, what it comes down to is this. To get beat the way that they did Saturday, to get their comeuppance, for the reigning defending NBA champions to remind them of who the hell the Boston Celtics are. If the New York Knicks are able to turn that around and win game 4 after that beat down Saturday night, that tells me they can win this series. But if they lose tonight, and this series is tied 2-2, and Boston reclaims home court advantage, especially if they do it in the fashion that they did it Saturday night, the Boston Celtics are winning this series. That's how I view it.
I think it was over game 3. I think the winner of game 3 told us who was going to win this series. The only reason I say that is now you're looking at a team who historically in franchise history is better on the road than they are at home. And those shots start going down with the things I just said about Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum before. I think it's going to take a monumental effort by Jalen Brunson. And the only thing I worry about, Stephen A., him being 6'2", 200-plus pounds, barely, he's so used to being overly physical with other people because his shooting numbers haven't been there. He's been playing well in the fourth quarter. But the amount of physicality between Drew Holiday and Derek White, I don't see how that's not taxing.
It can be. It has to be taxing.
20 points in every single game to bring that back. I'm not saying it's not possible.
Right.
I just think it's hard.
All I'm asking before we go to Wendy, all I'm asking is this. If the New York Knicks win tonight, do you still feel that way?
I may feel differently.
That's all I'm saying.
I may feel
That's why I said the winner tonight
win tonight
says it all.
Wendy?
It's crazy to think that a series where a team is leading 2-1 and has home court advantage is over for the team that's down. But that is a respect for the Celtics. But I will say what the Knicks need to do is apply pressure to Boston. Boston has shown that when they're ahead, they can be gotten to. Pressure can get to them. That's what the Knicks have to do. And there's so much focus been on the Boston offense in this series, and I get it. The way they play invites reaction. But it's really been the Knicks offense that has been failing. They've only averaged 95 points in regulation. The one game, they got an extra 5 minutes and scored some more points. Brunson's shooting 38%. You know, OG Anunoby is 3 of 15 the last 2 games. Karl Towns was 5 of 19 on Saturday. You know, he had 21 of 15, but 5 of 19. The Knicks need to figure out how to get some points. And I absolutely think Jalen Brunson could have a transformational game tonight. But I'm afraid to say I think it's going to take Jalen Brunson to have a transformational game tonight.
Mm-hmm. It's not crazy when you consider the fact that Boston has been up over 23 straight games. It's not crazy to believe that if they win tonight that the series is over. I mean, even though it would be tied 2-2.
Hey,
well, I'm just saying it's not over now.
Right.
Some people think it's over now.
Right.
2 points, 2 rebounds in 31 minutes.